Today we're going to be recording a streets loot guide, how to make rubles quick, whatever you want to call it. There are a few keys we will need. To be honest, you don't even really need keys to make money on streets if you're broke. But the first keys we're going to look at is Concordia 64 apartment, Concordia 64 office. The office is very hit or miss, but it is locked behind the apartment key. So if you have this one, you need this one. I will say the office key is very hit or miss though. So we'll see that in the video. Concordia apartment 64 is a very good key though. It's about 200k, 225 at the time of recording, and the office is dirt cheap, 60k. But you would definitely make your money back on this one for sure. The next key, this key is not mandatory like whatsoever. This is in the basement of Concordia. It's only worth it if you spawn down there in my opinion, but we will show it for the sake of the video. It's 40k. It's also a quest room key, so at some point you'll have this, need this, have somebody open it, whatever. Alright, the next key we're going to be talking about is the Iron Gate key. It is in the same building as Check 15, and if you've played Streets, I'm sure you've heard of Check 15. This key is roughly 300 to 400k. It floats between, but it's also a quest key. But you will make your money back with this one as well. And what I was talking about that Check 15 key, you're not gonna, well, if you camp the flea market, you can find it for rubles, but it is very rare to find it for rubles. The best way to camp it would be to go to the flea market, look it up as so, click traders, and then click flea market here, and then you can press space to refresh the market. So press space every 1 to 2 seconds. You won't get a captcha if you do it this slow. It's key that if you have money and play streets a lot, you can get the marked key. I don't personally think it's worth it, so we're not going to show it in the video. But if you have this money to spend, I would just recommend getting a customs marked key and do that. The last key we're going to be looking at is the cargo container mesh door. This key is super cheap. It's going to be behind Lexos, so if you do find yourself there, you can loot it on the way. So if you were going to get keys, I would definitely highly recommend this one. And might as well get this one if you're going to go in here. Iron Gate as well. And if you can get a Check 15 key, you can easily make a mil plus a run. You can probably make a mil plus without check anyway. So let's throw these in here. Those are the keys we're going to be using. And there is a couple stims we're going to talk about. If you're trying to just get in and out, I would definitely recommend popping stims to help move quicker and hopefully get to the high loot areas before other players do. You can go with your classic SJ6. Everybody knows what the SJ6 is. About 50k. But I would say if your skills... Okay, I have max. But if you're like above 25-ish strength endurance, you can probably get away with only using a Trimadol. But a Trimadol will tank your energy and hydration. Keep that in mind. And then Melatonin. Melatonin's expensive, but if you can afford it, this will also help you run quicker, run longer. And if you do get in fights, you take 10% less damage for 15 minutes. So yeah. And we have a max energy drink to help level our immunity skill and to replenish some of the energy and hydration we lose from Trimadol and Melatonin. So take this as you will. Use whatever stim combo you want. And you always can't go wrong with the Propital. Don't even have one, but a Propital to help regen and pop pains. Also recommend keeping a mule just in case you do get heavy. And yeah. So we're going to hop into it. We spawned by the check building, but we are going to go to Concordia first and just go over from that side. So you can see I popped the Trimadol, and you can see my stamina, but I also have max endurance, max strength, so you can't really compare it. But the first building we're going to look at is going to be the Concordia building, which I believe is going to be the bottom left of the map. Well, the editor pop up a map on the screen now. The main building we're going to look at is this one, not this one or that one. I mean, obviously there's loot inside of these two, but for the quick in and outs and how to make rubles quick, we are strictly going to be looking at this building, the one with the big 7 on it. We're going to come in the front through here. We're gonna go up to the second floor. Through here. And this is gonna be Concordia 64. It's key right here. As soon as you come in, the best room in here is going to be this room right here. There's going to be all sorts of gold spawns around this couch and on the floor. Gold spawns include Bitcoin, GP coins, pro kills, skull ring, badge, chain, rollers, any items like that. So these are going to be your gold spawns. You can check the kitchen for food spawns, but it's not really worth it, especially if you're going in and out and the bathroom doesn't have anything. So your main focus is going to be get in here, check this room, and then leave. But the other key we talked about is the Concordia 64 apartment key, which is going to be right here. This is the key that I said it's very, very hit or miss. There can be a GPU on this desk and up here. And then you have a couple technical spawns here. And then you have a PC. So, I mean, as you can see, this key is really, really hit or miss. But if you're going to come here anyway, you might as well grab this key since it's only like 50k. And then for the sake of the video, there's also a dead scav here. You can make sure to hit that. Dead scavs can pretty much have any item in the game. For the sake of the video, we're going to go show the Concordia security room key. It's going to be in the basement of Concordia. You're going to go to the red, where you see the red flare, or the red light, whatever this is. Yeah, the red flare looking thing. It's going to be this key right here. Again, I only see this key being worth it if you spawn down here, because there is a spawn like right around there and there. So you're right beside it. Also a quest key. So when you come in, there's going to be a couple lockers. There's going to be attachment spawns here, on top of here. More attachments, and then there's a safe. And then there's 2 PCs with more attachment spawns on the desk. So you can see for 40k, this key will very, very, very easily pay itself off in one hit. It's just a matter of if you want to come down here out of your way or not. So that is pretty much going to sum up all of Concordia. Again, you can loot the other 2 apartments for, you know, the toolboxes, the filing cabinets, the couple PCs that are in that building. But for the sake of getting in and out quick, you just want to gonna hit 64 and then pretty much leave, because this is one of the most high traffic areas on the map. So you will most likely run into PMCs over here, unless you play at an off time in the day. But still, there's never really a such thing as a dead server. You're always gonna have PMCs, always gonna have player scavs. That is one thing about this map, is player scavs do spawn in after like 3 to 4 minutes, so they come quickly. We're gonna move on to the second building, which is gonna be the check 15 building. Again, running through here, you know, there's all kind of hideout spawns and stuff like that up in there. A couple toolboxes. This is a fake crate. You can't loot it. So if you have time, you know, you can just run up there and loot the items. But again, not really worth it for the sake of getting in and out. Those are the things that I was talking about, like without keys. Like if you have no keys, you can very easily make a mill just running around and picking up everything. Same with this big grocery store. You can go through all the shelves and find milk, sugar, vodka, stuff like that. So we are going to move on to probably the most high traffic building on the map. This is going to be the check 15 building. There's Concordia for reference. Check 15 building. So there is only 2 entrances into this building. The one we just came in that faces Concordia, and then the other one is going to be right here. The back door, front door, back door, whatever you want to call it. There's only 2 entrances. So we're going to come in this way. Make sure you check over here for hideout items, food, ammo, anything like that. You can check back here. Ammo also spawns here, but not really anything too crazy. Moving on to here, there's going to be another gold spawn here. So those items, Bitcoin, GP, pro kill, stuff along the lines of that. Dead scav there. Basically spawn any item in the game. Ammo does spawn down there. Moving on towards the check room, there's technical spawns here, tool spawns here. Anytime we say technical spawns, that includes items like PC loot, which is like CPU fans, power cords, circuit boards, etc. Also, technical spawns can spawn hideout items such as dry fuel, LCDs, anything like that, tools. The next loot is going to be this little office room right here. There could be gold spawn or stims on this desk. There's food, ammo, technical spawns here. And there's going to be a spawn in this suitcase. That most of the time I've seen it's a stim, you know, quick 30, 40, 50k. But you will have to come up and see if it's here because it is hidden under the suitcase. Items can spawn on this couch. And then right here and here is going to be hideout and technical spawns. Jacket as well. Coming down here, make sure you check to the left for any technical spawns or hideout items. Then we're going to be moving deeper into the check building. Jump through here. Technical spawns, CPU spawns here. PC spawns here, sorry. Ammo on this thing. Very rarely there's a couple spawns in these shelves. You can just give it a quick walk and see if the little white dot appears. Like so. Dead scav there. Again, pretty much anything in the game, check there. These shelves can have gold spawns, so just keep an eye out when you come through here. Technical spawns, PC loot spawns on the desk, PC there. This bed can spawn food and technical spawns as well, so just give it a check on the way in. Here, see? And in this little shelf here can be gold spawns. I found a moonshine there once, so again, just give it a quick glance. Moving into the kitchen, you pretty much want to check all the way around here, and on this desk there can be food spawns, ammo spawns. So, you know, T, 20k. Ammo on this table as well. Just check that. And moving on this way. If you really want to, you can loot like all these little back rooms. But the main thing to note is back here towards the showers, stims can spawn on the ground here and the bench. So if you have time, if nobody's here, check that. Tools can spawn in here. Moving on to the showers, there's a few stim spawns on the ground and here. Again, if you have time to check, you know, you can if you want, but most likely there's going to be players swarming this building, so odds are it is not going to be worth it unless you know it's nobody's here, don't hear anything, etc. Same thing with this bathroom, stims and tools. Food spawn could be here, sugar and condensed milk. You would actually be surprised at how much you can make off food spawns alone. Another food spawn there. You can also give a quick glance back here for more food spawns and technical spawns. And we are going to go upstairs to the second floor. Oh, you can check down here in this box. There's also gold spawns here, so make sure you check that. So we're going to go up to the second floor. You used to be able to go through here, but as of like about a week ago at time of recording, they changed this. You have to breach it from the other side. So we're going to go to the third floor, which is where our next key is going to be, which is the iron gate key. This key was fluctuating between 300 and 400k, but if you're going to lose this building, you want to grab this key. It is definitely worth it. You can check in here for food and ammo spawn there. The iron gate key opens all these locked keys, so we'll show them all real quick. This one, if I remember correctly, doesn't really have anything. Maybe a food spawn there, so I wouldn't use a use here. But this one, room 4, you want to open this one if you have the time, and check behind this bed. There is going to be a gold spawn there, which again, Bitcoin, Pro Kill, Skull Ring, badge, chain, any items like that will be able to spawn there. So a quick 50k there. Check in room 2. Oh, that was the one we already went in. Again, wouldn't waste a use there. This is going to be where the main loot from the iron gate key comes, room number 1. There can be a gold spawn in this bucket. There is also 2 dead scavs you can loot, which again, pretty much any item in the game. There is a gold spawn that can spawn back here. I've found a signal transmitter here before. Get asked all the time the best map for signal transmitters, RFIDRs, and things like that. You can find them here pretty often. Hideout items will spawn on this desk. And then food and hideout technical items on the bed. So we're gonna go in room 5, and then you're gonna want to drop down. And this is the infamous check building, or the check 15 key. I apologize. 15, which is probably the best loot key in the game. For sure, the best loot key on this map is gonna be this last room right here. It's a very, very hard key to get. We're gonna come in here. There's gonna be a spawn in this chair, a spawn behind the chair, on this desk or table. Also spawn in this chair, behind this chair, in these drawers, all over this TV stand, on the couch, and on the floor here. This is actually a very, very bad run, but believe me, this is the best loot key in the game. One key I did forget about is the stair landing key. We'll have the editor pop a picture up here. Boom. Typically that key is dirt cheap, but all it does, it opens this door, and then you can drop down to where that first dead scav was when we first came inside the building. So it's basically just like a safer, quicker way to rotate out of here if players are on that side of the building. So I do apologize for forgetting that, but make sure to get that if you want. If you don't have that key, the way you want to get out is come back under the prone hole. And then we're going to come down here. I mean, again, you can check all these side rooms for ammo, food spawns, and stuff like that. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to keep it to the main loot. You can loot all these side rooms if you want. But, so we're going to breach this door. This is the second floor that I talked about previously. That's only breachable from that side. So we're going to go back down to the first floor, all the way back through the kitchen. And then we are going to go out the back door of this. Actually, no. We're going to go out the door we came in. So that sums up the check 15 building. And we are now going to move on to Lexos. So if Lexos is only worth looting if you if at this point in the raid you haven't heard any gunshots or anything like that. Otherwise, I would tend to stay away from Lexos if you're just trying to get in and get out. But Lexos is going to be right beside check 15. Straight shot from Concordia if you go down the back way. We'll have a map on the screen here. So Lexos is very, very good, like, miscellaneous loot. Like all your hideout items, your tools, all that. So basically, if you know it's a dead raid and you have the time, you have the space, you can run through all this, loot all this. But the one key I do want to show that we talked about earlier is the cargo container mesh door. It's insanely cheap. If you have it, it's going to be right in the middle of Lexos in the garage. You can come in here and check a ammo box, green crate, weapon crate. You get lucky, you can pull a Taiga, pull a Red Rebel, who knows. Again, another box here. So if you have the time, just swing through here. That's not lootable, sorry. Bunch of just miscellaneous hideout and tool items. Again, same with the food spawns. You will be genuinely surprised at how much money you can make if you just bring a raid bag and pick up everything. That is that. One more spot I do want to show real quick. This is also another high population area, so if you're strictly trying to make money, I would stay away from here if you hear a lot of gunshots. Glue heart can also spawn around this, so if you hear a lot of shots and nades, I would stay away. But you can prone under here, and there is a medical crate there, medical bag here, a medical box there, and stims can spawn all throughout the room. Blood set there. So, you know, there's can be nice little loot in there. That will sum up Lexos. We're now going to move on to the last building we're going to look at. You can get there from the main road, or you can go out the back of check, which I will show when we get over there. Be cautious of this middle area, though, the convoy. Pretty much every raid, there's anywhere from like 4 to 7 scavs around this general vicinity. Sniper scav also up there. And these scavs are crazy. Alright. So the last building we're going to look at is going to be this big, long building across from Pinewood Hotel. Dead scav out front if you want to risk it. So we're going to come in the front of the building. Dead scav there. Make sure to check that. Duffel bag there. Again, unfortunately, this is also a very high populated area because, you know, this is where the loot is. So we're gonna go to the third floor, sorry. So what I was saying earlier is that is the check building right on the other side of the shed. The back door to the check building's there. So if you come out of there, you can just come around here into this room or this building. So we're gonna go up to the third floor. Second floor is not accessible. We're gonna go to the third floor. Ammo spawn behind you. PC loot spawns here. Duffel bag there. Gonna be a toolbox there. And then more hideout items. Like that's 120k sitting there. Ammo there. We're gonna jump across. We're gonna look at the room on the right first. So in this oven and around it, there's gonna be gold spawns, lions, roosters, teapots, like that. Food on the counter, food on the table. Then we're gonna go in this room. An item spawns in the door. An item can spawn here. And then in this drawer, I've also found a transmitter. This chair can be a gold spawn or stims. And then we're going to go in this room. You can just take a quick glance at that chair and see if you see condensed milk, coffee, stim, whatever. That's pretty much it for this room. Hideout items, technical spawns can be here. And that is it for this build or this room. We're going to go across the hall. Go into the kitchen first. Food spawns and gold spawns can be here. All along there as well. Then we're going to go in this next room. Intelligence spawns in this chair pretty often. So if you get here quick, you definitely check that. Ammo box there. Jacket. And that is pretty much it for this room. Ammo there. And then we're going to go back. We're going to drop down to the second floor. Ammo box. Ammo can spawn in there. Jump across. Tools can spawn in here. Same with this. Tools, duffel bag, food. I found vodka and milk, sugar on this thing here. Another dead scav. We're going to come out of this building. Oh, this floor. PC loot can spawn here. Check the stroller for ammo and food. Then we're going to come back down to the first floor. We're going to go through this door. And I believe it is this door right here. Yep. I'm going to come in here. And there's going to be gold spawns on this desk. Couple PCs. I thought there was two. Never mind. One PC here. And PC loot can also spawn here. And again, if at this point in the raid you heard no shots, heard minimal audio, whatever, you can take the time and you can loot all these side rooms if you want. Again, you will be very surprised at how much money you can make if you just quite literally loot side rooms and pick up everything. There's a few PCs in here if you have the time. Filing cabinets are also very good money with keys spawning in them. So that is going to be the end of the loot run. You know, pair that with however you want. Showed all the keys. So now the final part of the loot run will be the extracts. Most of the time, you're either going to have sewer river, underpass, or collapsed crane. The editor will slap a map on the screen now. Collapsed crane is going to be right beside Concordia. Sewer river is going to be all the way down that street there. So that's the convoy, middle of the map. Sewer river is all the way down there. Then underpass is going to be right there. The safest extracts are definitely going to be underpass or scav checkpoint. I forgot about scav checkpoint. Scav checkpoint is going to be down that way. So there's check 15 building right over there. If you follow that very back street, you can get the scav checkpoint. But you could also always bring a green flare and take the Klimov Street. You always have that extract. But for the sake of the video, we do have Sewer River. So if you have Sewer River, I would recommend probably going all the way around Pinewood, because again, going through the middle is an absolute death trap. But that pretty much sums up the streets loot guide. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave in the comment. If you have any criticism on how to make these videos better, please, please, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment. If you're not already sub helps the channel out greatly. And we will see you guys in the next one.